It was a crisp October morning in 2024 when my life turned upside down in our quiet suburb of Willow Creek, Maryland. I'm Tom Harris, and I thought I knew my wife, Emily, after 6 years of marriage. She was the dependable type always up at 5:30 a.m. for her morning run, looping through our neighborhood with military precision. She told me she worked as a data analyst for the government, a job so dull I never pried. But that morning, as I sipped coffee in our kitchen, I saw something that shattered everything I thought I knew about her. Willow Creek is one of those tight-knit communities where everyone knows everyone, and half the folks are tied to the nearby naval base. It's the kind of place where kids play in the streets and neighbors wave from porches. Emily's routine was clockwork. Out the door at 5:30, back by 6:15, always scanning the area as she stretched. I figured she was just cautious. That morning, though, a beat-up van with Patriot security sloppily painted on the side rolled up. Two guys stepped out, their uniforms cheap and ill-fitting. The big one, Greg, had a bouncer's build but moved like he was playing a role. The smaller one, Nate, clutched a clipboard, looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. A third guy, Vince, joined them, all muscle and nerves. They zeroed in on Emily as she stretched on her lawn. "Ma'am, we need to talk about your activities," Greg barked, his tone more bully than professional. From the kitchen, I watched Emily pull out an earbud, her posture shifting calm but razor-sharp, like a predator sizing up prey. "You've been watching military families on your runs," Greg accused. "Same route, same time, every day." "What?" Nate stammered something about suspicious behavior, but Emily's response was ice-cold. "What authority do you have to question residents?" Her voice wasn't scarred, it was commanding, like she'd interrogated people before. Greg puffed up, claiming they were HOA security, but Nate let slip. "Mrs. Larson said you're trouble," before Greg elbowed him silent. That's when I knew this wasn't random. Karen Larson, the HOA busybody whose husband was deployed, had targeted Emily. I later learned Karen had been paranoid since her husband left, convinced spies were lurking in our idyllic suburb. Emily, unfazed, noted their van's fake plates and mismatched uniforms, her eyes cataloging every detail. Our neighbor, Mrs. Carter, was snapping photos from her window, and I could feel the neighborhood gossip mill churning. By evening, Emily was a different person. The carefree woman I married vanished, replaced by someone hyper-alert, moving with purpose. She pulled a sleek black device from a hidden drawer, not a phone, but something with cryptic symbols on the screen. She stepped into our backyard, speaking in hushed tones to someone, her body language all business. When I asked what was going on, she brushed it off. "Just a complaint. I need to make some calls." But her eyes told me this was serious. Over the next 48 hours, Emily turned our home into a command center. She was on her laptop, digging through databases I'd never heard of, muttering terms like threat assessment and counter-surveillance. I overheard her called Shadow on a call, not Emily, and when I asked, she said it was a work nickname. I wasn't buying it. Meanwhile, I checked the neighborhood social media group. Mrs. Carter's post about strange men harassing joggers had 60 comments, split between outrage and paranoia about security threats. Emily, though, was steps ahead. She'd already profiled Patriot Security, a fake company registered 2 weeks ago, funded by Karen Larson's personal account. Thursday brought round two. Greg, Nate, and Vince cornered Emily in our front yard, this time with evidence photos of her stretching or on her phone, spun as proof of espionage. They demanded to know who she was reporting to. Karen's name slipped out again, confirming she was behind this. Emily turned their questions back on them, extracting details about their operation while they thought they were in control. Nate was visibly cracking, sweating as Emily probed. That night, I confronted her about the calls, the terminology, the laptop screen I'd glimpsed with classified headers and foreign photos. "I can't discuss it," she said, but the conflict in her eyes was new. I was living with a stranger. Friday, Mrs. Carter showed me more photos, fake plates, toy-like gear. "Your wife's no ordinary woman," she said, echoing my growing suspicion. I told Emily I needed to know if we were in danger. Her relief was palpable. No foreign threats, she said, but Karen's escalating things she can't handle. The next morning, I watched from the kitchen as the three goons positioned themselves along Emily's running route. Greg at the corner, Nate by the playground, Vince near the park. It looked like an ambush. My heart raced, but Emily's focus was surgical as she started her run. What happened next was over in 12 seconds. Greg stepped in her path, declaring a citizen's arrest. Nate moved to grab her from behind, Vince closing in. Big mistake. Emily used Greg's momentum to flip him onto the pavement with a bone-rattling thud. She sidestepped Nate, sweeping his legs, sending him face-first into the concrete. Vince lunged, but one precise strike to his side dropped him like a marionette. She adjusted her ponytail and walked home, unfazed. A kid, Liam, caught all on his phone, uploading it with the caption, "Suburban Mom Wrecks Fake Cops." By noon, it had 1 million views. The police arrived, and Officer Daniels reviewed Liam's video. They tried to kidnap her, he said. She defended herself legally. No charges for Emily, but warnings for the trio about impersonating law enforcement. The video hit 5 million views by nightfall, with comments ranging from "Is she a superhero?" to a cryptic military contractor's post. Saw her in Kabul, 2019. Not a mom. That comment vanished, but I screenshot it. Emily, watching the viral clip, looked shaken for the first time. "I never wanted this," she whispered, tears in her eyes. The neighborhood split into Team Emily and Team Karen. Karen went quiet, but Mrs. Carter reported her making frantic calls. Then the FBI showed up. Agent Laura Mitchell questioned us separately, grilling me on Emily's job, travel, and past. I admitted I knew little, and her raised eyebrow said it all. Emily's interview was different, formal, professional, like two operatives talking. That night, Emily confessed, "I was CIA, Tom. 12 years, mostly overseas. I retired 3 years ago for a normal life with you." The words hit like a freight train. My wife was a spy, and our entire marriage was built on secrets. Karen's next move was a fatal error. She called, gloating, "The feds are on to you." But Friday, Agent Mitchell returned, apologetic. Emily's background check had triggered classified alerts, shutting down the investigation. Karen, undeterred, had been calling military contacts, alleging espionage. Her husband, Major Daniel Larson, was pulled from a briefing in Iraq. His CEO informed him Karen's false reports had wasted federal resources and endangered an asset. Emily. Daniel's career tanked, his clearance revoked. He filed for divorce that day, their argument echoing through the neighborhood. At a community meeting, the police chief debunked Karen's claims, hinting at Emily's government background. Karen's evidence, photos of Emily jogging, drew laughter. She was charged with filing false reports, facing 3 years in prison. Greg and Nate got 6 and 4 months, respectively, for impersonation. Willow Creek transformed overnight. Property values soared 35%, crime vanished, and Emily's self-defense classes became a hit. Our marriage, rocked by secrets, grew stronger through honesty. She swore her spy days were over. But questions linger, and I'm asking you, what kind of classified past triggers instant FBI shutdowns? Was Emily just a retired operative, or is she still hiding something? Could Karen have been right about a deeper conspiracy? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories. You never know what's hiding behind your neighbor's smile.